In India, specifically in 2011, the police received a call from two elderly men who were walking near a forest in a village. They had seen the body of a girl and contacted the police immediately. When the police arrived at the scene, they identified the girl because just 24 hours earlier, her family had reported here missing. For the police, it seems that like a simple unsolved case because they know who the girl was. There was plenty of evidence, and the family had provided a lot of information when they reported her disappearance. So for them, everything was clear and obvious. But what they would discover later was something they never could have imagined, and I bet you wouldn't guess it either. Peace be with you. How are you doing? I hope you are all doing well. I will come back to another video and a new case. How are you doing? I hope everything is going great for you. Let me know in the comments. And today we are going back to India, as I mentioned in the case. It seems simple and solved in the first, but what they have uncovered 8 months later was shocking and heartbreaking because some events truly hit you hard. I will not keep you waiting, spoil the story. If you are ready, let's dive in. The events of our case take place in India in a small village. I will not mention names to avoid confusion since they are not well known and might mix up you. So, a small village with few people living in extreme poverty, people who have nothing. The only thing they have in abundance is children. You would find families with at least 5 or 6 kids in this village. We meet a girl named Shika. She grew up in a very large family, the only girl with 5 brothers. Her life was ordinary despite their poverty, which was normal for them because their neighbors and her school friends lived the same way, so they live a normal life. Shika went to school and she had a neighbor named Deep who was a year older than her. They walked to school together and her family trusted Deep to look after her almost like a brother because her older brothers were not around. They would leave school at 12 or 1 to work and help their father. Shika, however, was determined to study because she was a good student. She completed primary school and middle school and high school and was set to go to the university. In her first year of university, a romantic relationship begins between her and Deep. They fall in love and started going out, secretly hiding it from their parents. People began to notice that their relationship was moving beyond friendship. Deep would flirt with her or say sweet things in front of others. One day, Shika went to her family and told them she wanted to marry Deep. Now her parents knew the family well. They were neighbors door to door and got along fine, but the idea of their daughter marine Deep was the last thing on their minds. Her father was greedy to him since Shika had studied and reached university. She should marry someone well off, older, and financially successful to bring money to the family. He told her bluntly that she had forget about love, movies, and dramas. I need money. I educated you so you could marry someone wealthy who would benefit and take care of us. Shika heard this every day, but it went in one ear and out from the other. She was crazy about Deep. You should know that at that time she was 23 and he was 24. Even Deep wasn't exactly a success story. He was a simple guy with a modest ambition, planning to marry and rent a house and live like the other ordinary families in the village. In early 2011, things escalated. Shika was adamant, telling her family she wanted to marry Deep. Her father and brother refused, even threatened to kill her. So she decided to run away. There was a friend, also a neighbor, who betrayed her by telling her brother that Shika planned to escape that day with Deep. They were supposed to meet in front of the market. Her brother lay in and wait for her that night, and when Shika showed up at the market with her bag, they cut her before Deep arrived. They beat her severely and dragged her back home and tortured her. They told her that she was done with school, done going out, and that they would decided who and she would marry. That same friend who snitched to her brother also told Deep that Shika was going to be forced into marriage. Deep, acting bravely, went with his family to Shika's house to ask for his or even her hand, but in front of everyone, her family rejected them, saying the marriage would never happen. 4 months later, Shika family started to trust her a bit more, letting her go to a friend's house or to the market. But what they didn't know was that during those 4 months, Shika and Deep never stopped communicating. She would sneak out at night to meet him. You know how most Indians are influenced by movies, so when a couple is in love, they feel like they have to face obstacles and go on dramatic adventures, even if it's just a normal relationship. 5 months after the first escape attempt, one morning, Shika's families wake up to find her gone. Her wardrobe was empty, her bag was missing, and she had vanished naturally. They suspected Deep. They went to his house where his father claimed he didn't know anything. When they checked, Deep was gone too. Both had disappeared, so everyone assumed they would run away together. The families got into inherit arguments, blaming each other. Shika's brother, who were fearless and ruthless, vowed to settle the score. Shika's families went to the police and filed a missing person report. The police didn't take it seriously since Shika was 23 and an adult with the right to live, and they knew she would try to run anyway. Before they filed a report to appease the family, who went home. The next day, the police called them back, asking them to come to a location to identify their daughter. What happened was that 24 hours later, two elderly men walking near a forest in the village found a girl body covered in blood. She was dead. The police arrived, recognized her as Shika, and conducted her family. The family identified her by her clothes and the black thread she always wore around her ankle. The body was sent to the morgue for an autopsy that determined the case of death. The family was devastated despite their disappearance of her actions. She was still their little girl. They were convinced Deep had killed her to get revenge on her brothers who had threatened him, or because, as they put it, if I can't have her, no one will. They also suspected her friend who had snitched, as she had told them Shika was about to be married off. The autopsy revealed that Shika had been strangled and beaten severely, indicating someone who hated her and wanted revenge. The family was heartbroken, and the body was handed over to them for extermination. The police had two theories: either Deep killed her after their love story went sour and he fled, or her family, particularly had brothers, killed her like they would beaten her before, perhaps accidentally going too far this time and dumping her in the forest to stage a disappearance. The second theory seemed more likely, but they let the family grieve before questioning them. The brothers were interrogated, and the staff they were nervous and emotionally unstable. There was no solid evidence against them, no fingerprints, no signs of assault on the body. The police also considered that if Deep had killed her, he might have assaulted her first, but there was no evidence of that either, straightening the case against the brothers. However, to be fair, the police needed to find Deep to confirm his role. Why had he disappeared if he wasn't guilty? There was also a theory that her brother might have killed Deep too, and his body was somewhere in the forest. They searched but found nothing. The case stalled for 6 months with no trace of Deep and no arrests. The police then searched Deep's house but found nothing unusual except that his belongings were gone, suggesting someone had packed them up. They questioned him and his friends, particularly one close friend. He was inseparable for, and when they interrogated his dear friend, he broke after 3 days and revealed that Deep had called him from an unknown number, telling him where he was because he trusted him. The friend gave the police the location. It was 800 kilometers away in another small city. The police went to the address expecting no one to suspect their arrival. When they knocked, they were shocked to see Shika open the door. They couldn't believe it. Was she alive? How was she standing there when her body had been cremated? They entered the house, found Deep inside, and arrested both of them. They brought them back to the village where everyone was stunned to see Shiga alive. If she was alive, who was the girl who had been cremated? Her family was in disbelief, touching her to confirm she was real, as the cremated girl had her clothes and the black thread. Shika and Deep were separated and interrogated. Deep confessed everything. He and Shira were deeply in love. but neither family approved. His family had tried to propose, but Shika's family rejected them, even threatening Shika after their failed escaping attempt. Deep knew he could not live without her and needed isolation. A friend who drove a truck for deliverance offered a plan. His friend knew a girl named Poya from another village about 6 hours away. Poya had a child from an illicit relationships and was a marginalized figure no one cared about. She looked remarkably similar to Shika, same height, weight, and also same hair colors also, and even mannerism. The friend suggested killing Poya and stacking her body as Shika's body to convince her family she was dead, allowing Shika and Deep to escape and live in peace. Deep initially resisted but eventually agreed. The friend contacted Poya, offering her money for a job. She left her 8 months old child with someone and meet them. Deep, his friend, and Poya also in drove to the forest where they beat her, strangled her with her scarf, and disfigured her face with a rock to obscure her identity. Deep then called Shira, who brought her bag and clothes. He claimed that he told her to switch clothes with Poya's body, but Shira was unaware of the murder. She thought they were just running away. They dressed Poya's body in Shika's clothes, including the black threads, and fled to the border city where they got married. The police later confirmed that Poya had gone missing at the same time, leaving her child behind, and was likely the cremated girl. Deep and Shika were arrested, but the truck drive friend was never found. Shika's family disowned her, saying they were glad that she was alive, but consider that her death to them. A lawyer, possibly hired by someone unknown, defended Shika, arguing that she had no knowledge of the murder. Depp also insists that she was unaware and she was released on bail to live her life. Deep, however, remained in prison and claimed Shika knew everything, alleging she helped dress Poya's body without evidence. To support his new claim, Shira walked free. As of now, the case from 2011 remains open with no final verdict. The police are still searching for the truck driver friend to testify, but he is vanished. Shika moved to another village and got divorced from Deep and cut all contact with him. Their love, which they would kill and fled for, ended. Meanwhile, in innocent girl Poya became a victim for no reason, unaware for who Shika and Tipu even was. That's the end of today's case. Don't forget to leave your thoughts in comments. We will meet again, and thank you for watching, and we will meet again with a new video and a new case, and stay safe, and thank you so much, and don't forget to hit that button of subscribe and like. Bye bye for instance.